Hey everybody, welcome to another installment of Brad Cook Stuff. This week, I was in the mood for some eggs, and I've never made an omelet before, so I figured I could put a few eggs in a pan and try my hand at making an omelet, but I don't want to just throw in the standard green pepper, bacon, whatever. No, I'm going to make me a seafood omelet. Hey, how about that? So, let's take a look at the ingredients and see what we're working with. Here are the ingredients for tonight's omelet. Of course, we start out with some eggs. I have some imitation crab, some salad shrimp, and finally, some spicy Asian peppers. All right, let's go ahead and chop up everything that's not the eggs. I've gone ahead and pulled out some of this imitation crab, a handful of shrimp, and one of these togarashi peppers. All right, so I'm going to tear up this imitation crab meat. Okay, that should be fine. Now we're going to take these pieces of shrimp and we're going to cut them in 2-3 pieces each. All right, and finally, cut up this pepper. That is done. Don't want too much of this because these are pretty spicy. Okay, well, that is what we're going to use to top this thing. Let's set this aside and get cooking. For this omelet, I'm going to use 4 eggs. Okay, let's go ahead and mix these up here. All right, that should be enough of that. Go ahead and add some salt. And grind in some of this red color pepper. All right, I got salt and pepper in this. All right, let's go ahead and get our pan ready. Got my pan here on the stove. Put in some butter and let that melt. All right, nice and frothy. Let's turn that down and add our eggs. Okay, so I need to let this sit in the pan for a little bit so that it actually starts to cook. So for what I've seen online, once the edges start to set, you gently pull them away and let the uncooked egg flow to the outside. All right, I think this is getting close to being done. So, take a handful of parsley flakes.
and take our filler here and put it on half the omelet. Spread it out a little bit. Finally, I'm going to put in a little bit of Old Bay seasoning, since this is a seafood omelet, just a little bit. All right, turn the heat off here. All right. The trick is to get it on the plate. This is not going to go well. All right, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. All right, and flip over. Oh, man. And completely off. And oh my God. Oh man, I think I actually got that. Crap. All right. Well, I actually managed to do it. It doesn't look pretty, but I think it's done. Let's get a little bit more salt on the top. A little more pepper. And a touch more parsley. Okay, well, I think I actually did it. Anyway, let's go ahead and try it.
All right, moment of truth. I have here an omelet containing imitation crab, shrimp, some diced togarashi, and a little bit of Old Bay seasoning. All right, so I have no idea if this will be any good. The ingredients make it sound good, but I've never actually made an omelet before. So let's give it a try. Let's see how it tastes. I'll get a nice generous portion here. It's fresh omelet too. All right, check that out, man. All right, let's try it. This is really pretty good. Now let's get a bite with some of the shrimp and imitation crab on it. There we go. Oh, like that. That is really nice, and I can taste the Old Bay seasoning in there. Man, I haven't had Old Bay in a very long time, so it's really nice on here. Old Bay is excellent for seafood. All right, I need another bite. Seriously, this is good, man. It's also just a little bit spicy from that Asian pepper I diced up. Not too much, because there's a whole lot of other stuff around it. But yeah, man, it gives a nice little bit of heat to it. Holy crap, this is better than I thought it would be. So I had a bunch of eggs, and I couldn't figure out what to do with them. I can make scrambled eggs all day. I do fried eggs, but it occurred to me that I'd never tried an omelet. And if I'm going to make an omelet, why not put something in it that is easily obtainable here in Japan, and that is some shrimp and imitation crab. You get those pretty much everywhere. But you couldn't just have a couple kinds of seafood and call it a day. No, you needed something to give it a little bit of a kick, and that was that togarashi pepper that I chopped up. The Old Bay seasoning was only a natural fit since I was making seafood, and of course salt and pepper because it's an omelet, it's eggs, you need salt and pepper with eggs. It may not look great, but you know, it's my first time making an omelet, and I'm honestly surprised I got the thing to fold over properly. So as I try this again, and I will try this again, I'm sure that I can make better ones. Anyway, I've got most of this thing left here, and it's not going to survive the night. I'm going to finish this up before I go to bed. But as always, appreciate you guys stopping in, and we'll see you in the next video.